Chosen vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every vessel to hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to the Galactic family, the GCVs, and Drew Nation. Let's get right into it. Look, chosen one. The reason why they call you egotistical is to gaslight you because you have everything they could ever want and need. A lot of people will have to learn from the chosen one. You are a bearer of light. All right. You have things that are inherently in you that other people aren't aware of. And this is why you'll get called weird. This is why people will single you out. It's because you have something that they don't, and it's something that they have to learn from you. A lot of people will have to learn from you. A lot of people will have to study from you. All right, every one of us has our own unique gifts that make us special. Every one of us has a different experience, which causes us to look at the world uniquely in our own divine way. So whatever knowledge you pick up along along your path is what people are going to have to learn from you, but they're going to call you weird for it, and they're going to have negative things to say about you because it's like they wouldn't necessarily find you interesting. They would have something negative to say about you, but they have to learn from you. It's something that they can't comprehend, how they feel so negatively about you. They're always talking about you. They always have something to say about you behind your back, but they have to study you, and you're the one that they watch constantly to pick up things from and learn from to become a better person. But they're not going to um, they're not going to let you know that. They're going to treat you in a way to where you feel devalued, right? In a sense. So don't even look for people to come to you and try to, give you some type of praise or anything like that. Don't look for that. But you'll see these same people dressing like you, but they'll be ignoring you. All right, you'll see these same people doing the same thing that you do. They'll be copying your routine or your method. They'll see how you do something. Say they're in the same situation as you or a similar situation as you. They'll act like they don't see you, but they're doing they're doing things the way you do things to make their life easier, and you're smart, so people are going to watch you for that. People are going to watch you to figure out how to try to make their life easier and to try to make their life better. It's something that they're going to do. They see you as somebody to watch. You're a smart person. The things they see you do make sense. They see what you do, it works. People only copy people who they see do things that work. So instead of being mad that people are copying you, right? Instead of being mad that it feels like people are watching you a lot, just understand it's because you're doing something that is working. You have a plan that it looks like it's going to work out. Everybody wants to be a part of the winning team. Everybody wants to do something that works. So when you have something that works, people are going to be paying attention to it. People want to do something that's going to make them win. All right. Because if you're winning and what you're doing is going to make you successful, or what you're doing has made you successful, or what you're doing is making your life easier, or you're just the type of person that your personality draws attention to you, your energy draws people to you, then people are going to watch what you're doing. And if they tend to see something that you're doing that makes sense, they're going to do it too. If you have a good sense of style, people are going to be walking around dressing like you. And don't take it personal. All right. It may also be because people want. Oh, I didn't even know y'all could see me. People want to be lucky. People think that certain things are lucky. So you'll have people that will dress like you because they want good luck. Some people think that chosen ones are lucky. We are lucky, but we still got to work for things, right? So other people will try to. I've seen other people dress like me and then go play the lottery, or put on something that I had on and then go play the lottery, or go to the store the same time as me and go play the lottery. I'm not sure if they won or not. I hope they did, but just like little weird things, like it's just little stuff like that. Like you'll go into a store and then everybody will go into a store right after you, right? Just little small things like that. People want to see what you're interested in. They want to see what you use, what you do, right? So a lot of people are going to be paying a lot of attention to you, and you have to not get mad about it. You have to look at it as a good thing. They're watching you and paying attention to you because they're trying to learn. They want to it's something that they're trying to figure out so they could make some improvements on their life. All right. And you have some people that are plotting and scheming too, but that's why you pray and you're protected from those types of people. So there are going to be people that call you egotistical because of that. Not everyone is going to take kindly to the fact that they have to learn from what they would say the likes of you. All right, some people, they look at you and they feel that they are better than you, and they feel that they shouldn't have to learn from someone like you, but that's their ego, not yours. So people that feel they're better than other people, they spend a lot of time deflecting, projecting, like flipping the script on other people, and they'll try to flip the script on you and try to make you think that it's something that you're doing because they feel some type of way that they have to put all this attention on to you, because if they don't, it's going to be something that they miss, and they know that you're the one. They know that, oh, I got to study him if I want to have the same effect that he has on his life and others, or on her life and others. It's certain things that they could watch, certain things that they could learn. It's not always a competition. You could learn certain things from certain people and make your life better, to where you could go off and do things with your life that make people start wanting to watch you. All right. People watch people who are successful. People watch people that are doing the right thing. So if you're doing something and it works, and you're doing something and it's working out for you, or you have some type of plan and you're putting it in place, and you're trying to see it through, even if it's not working, if you haven't given up on it, people are going to be watching you, because it's like, oh, this is someone that's not giving up. This is someone that's been working on this for a while. They may be watching your social media if you talked about it online. Say you're into music or whatever, and you've been making music for a long time. If your music is now starting to get better, it's somebody out there, some people out there that are watching and that know that, yo, this person is about to blow. This person's been working on their music for a long time. This person is getting better. You should have heard them when they first started. Now you listen to them, and it sounds like uh, they're about to really make it big with what they want to do in their life. So people will watch you. Some watch you to see how close you are, to see if you're going to make it, to see if you're there yet. All right, you got some people that want to hit you up and ask you for a handout. All right, some people are watching you close just to see when you make it, so they could be like, hey, remember me? All right. So there are a lot of people who are going to watch you, and they are going to try to blame it on you having an ego. People, not everybody wants to learn from everyone. All right. People only like to learn from people who they have things in common with. All right. Because sometimes, if not, it makes them feel small. So it's like, if somebody feels that they know more than you because they can do certain things better than you, or they have more than you, or their life may seem better than yours, but it's still certain things from you they have to learn, they may feel some type of way about that. So not everybody's going to be happy with the fact that, oh, I got to study him, I got to learn from her. So they will try to blame you and say it's your fault, and that you have an ego, because they have an issue with learning from you, because they feel that it should be somebody else, or they might even feel it should be them. All right, it should, maybe they feel it should be you studying them. Who knows, right? But some people don't feel that you're the one who should be doing what you're doing. They feel it should be coming from someone else. All right, a lot of people just have a problem with you because you're you, but you're the one that has the information. You're the one that put them on to it. All right. So it is what it is. They could not like you all they want. They could go somewhere else and they could go find something else. They're the ones that's watching you. You don't have, I mean, you don't have anything to do with that. You didn't tell them to be like, hey, come over here and watch me and study me. They're the one that is choosing to put their eyes on you and to be creeping on you and all these weird things. Like they're the one that's choosing to watch you, but is unhappy with the fact that they're the ones that have to watch you. If that makes sense, that's why it's crazy. It doesn't make sense. So they're people who are real egotistical, and they want other people to think that they're the ones that's egotistical. When you're just minding your business and just focused on yourself. I don't understand how that's being egotistical, but it's because you're smarter than them. And when you're smarter than people, or not necessarily smarter than people, when you may know something that they don't, or you may know a little more than them, sometimes people can feel some type of way about that. All right, we're not better than anybody. It's just some information from God that he blessed us with that we're supposed to share with other people. It doesn't make us any better than anybody else. I'm still the same as anybody and everybody. All right. Doesn't make me different one the slightest bit, the least or the slightest bit. All right. Sometimes when you talk fast, you create words. When your mind works real fast, all right, I'll be on here, create new words. Slightest. All right. That's the least slightest way. That's what I was trying to say. Couldn't even get it out because thoughts be coming like a mile a minute really fast. So um it is what it is. So people will have a lot of things to say, some good, some negative. But when you have information, or you are sharing something that you have, or you're doing something with your life, or you're trying to put out something positive or put a message out there, there's going to be some people who have negative things to say. All right. There's going to be some people who feel that you're not the one who should be doing what you're doing. There's going to be some haters, some naysayers, some people who neglect the fact that you're doing a good job. All right, they may be hypercritical. They may be real hard on you, or real down on you for what you're doing. But don't stop, and don't let those things get to you. Don't let those things make you quit, because all those are people who wish they had the gumption to go forth and go do something. All right, they don't have the gumption, or they don't have anything in them that's pushing them to go do something. So they want to stop what's in you. They want to stop what's pushing you to go do something. It's like they're not motivated. They don't have a lot of ambition, and they want everybody to be unmotivated and have no ambition either. But you have ambition, and because you do, it's going to make you motivated. People are going to want to compete with you. People are going to want to have an issue with you. They're going to start with you for no reason. They're going to say that you're a big-headed person, or they're going to try to paint you off as a person that thinks they're better than other people, when it's not the case. A lot of people just are intimidated by others, and they like to cover it up, because these are things that make people feel small, and these are things that make people feel weak. And if a person is a big-headed, egotistical person, anything that makes them feel weak causes them an injury. So if you're making this person feel weak, and if you're causing this person an injury, they have to flip the script to defend themselves. So it's something that you have to learn to not take personal. People are upset with us and angry with us, and they're trying to save face, and just basically defend themselves and their self-image. But they don't realize that they don't have to try to tear somebody else down to do that. when other what people don't realize is that when somebody makes you feel insecure, it's just another form of a trigger, and it's an area of your life that you're not working on. Same thing when somebody makes you feel angry. You're angry because that's a area in your life you got to work on. So when other people make you feel insecure, that's also a trigger, and you can't just try to ignore that and act like it's not there. You got to deal with that and see why you feel this way, so you can change and make that not be a problem for you anymore. So you got to deal with that and make sure and allow that to not be a problem for you anymore. You got to choose to not let this be a problem for you anymore. I could learn from anybody. Doesn't matter who I learn from, man, woman, somebody younger than me, child, whatever. All right, you could people because like you could learn from babies. That's what the ancient wisdom people, like people who had a lot of wisdom, they would say that you could even learn from an infant. There's wisdom even in an infant. All right, so make sure that you're not allowing people to put you down and make you feel bad because you have gifts. All right, when you're different and you have a lot to offer, when people feel some type of way about that, they tend to ostracize you. They tend to make you feel like an outcast. They tend to make you feel like you don't deserve to be around, like you shouldn't exist. And these are things you got to overcome. These are things that you don't have to feel. These are things that people are trying to make you feel. So this is one thing you all that you this is if you don't grasp anything from this video, take this. You don't have to feel how people want you to feel. How people are trying to make you feel, you don't have to feel that way. So when people come into your life and they try to put you down and make you feel bad about who you are, you don't have to feel that way. A lot of people want to tear down great people. They see greatness in you and they have to tear it down. Like I could imagine when people were putting up these great structures, right? Like the Great Wall of China and the Great Pyramids and all these other things. They had to I'm pretty sure there might have been some type of war or some type of effort against it, like some people were trying to maybe not see that happen. So maybe while they had to put it up, it was an internal struggle as well as an external struggle as far as putting those things together, or as far as putting anything together in life. As far as making anything happen, you have an internal struggle with your own self and how you feel towards doing something, and then you have opposition, outward forces, nature, people, whatever. But you still have to fight to get things done, and it's not going to be easy. All right, so you have to fight to believe in yourself, and you have to fight to be yourself in a sense, because there are people who are going to be jealous of you, and because they're afraid to be who they are. So when you're not afraid to be who you are, you're going to have to not be afraid of the people who are. When you're not afraid to be who you are, you're gonna have to not be afraid of the people who are. All right, so you're coming out into the world being yourself. There are people who had to change who they are to defend themselves and to protect themselves. So when you go out into the world and you feel like, yo, I'm gonna be myself, that's that's a huge that's a huge amount of bravery to some people. So some people will take that as ego, but when you're just being yourself, but it's because you're not acting. All right, some people, they had to put on an act, they had to change who they are, they had to be somebody else just to survive. And the fact that people see you and you're unchanged, it's like, oh, we're gonna control you, we're gonna change you. We're gonna people made them into something that they're not, or people made them into who they weren't. So they kind of want to do the same thing to you in a sense. They want to control you and change you into something else. They're uncomfortable with you being who you are. So it's like they see you being who you are. They got to stop that. They got to try to kill that. They don't want you to be comfortable being who you are because they're not comfortable being who they are. And this is why you'll have people staring at you. And this is why you'll have people calling you egotistical just to gaslight you. And it's all just to gaslight you because you're making them feel some type of way. When people feel some type of way, they have to put their walls up. They got to put their barriers up when they're afraid of change. And people who are afraid of change, who don't want to change, they're going to gaslight and put a wall up to defend themselves. Because one thing about people who are narcissistic is they're not going to take any shots to their representation of themselves. All right, their representation to themselves is everything. All right, they're not going to be vulnerable. They're not going to be comfortable taking a L They're not going to want to be seen doing bad or losing. This is why they'll stab people in the back. This is why they'll have a crab in a bucket mentality. Is because it's like they'll fight tooth and nail in a sense of they're not going to have anybody put them in a circumstance to where they wouldn't want to be in, and they'll pull other people down and try to ruin other people's lives because of that. But you still can't let that stop you. All right. And that shouldn't stop you, and that you still shouldn't let that make you afraid or make you give up on life or make you quit. You got all the right, that you got the same right as they do to exist. It's just you have some people out there that feel they're better than others and feel that they have more of a right to exist than you. So it's like they're trying to kick you out of a space kind of thing. And you have to fight for your right just like them. You just don't have to do it in a dirty way. You just have to stand up for yourself and back them down with just your truth and your power. All right, which is just setting boundaries. All right, standing up for yourself, not letting people walk all over you, right? Not allowing these people to gaslight you, calling them out on their gaslighting, telling them that it's not going to work. I see what you're trying to do. That's not going to work on me. You're going to have to try that on somebody else. All right, you got to try to, they try to flip the script on you, flip it back on them. Because they're really not that smart. Call them back out on what they're doing. Put it in their face. All right, put it in their face. Whatever you see them doing, put it in their face. Make them taste it. Make them eat it. All right, they want to call you egotistical just to gaslight you because they're the ones that have the ego. They're the ones that hate to have to learn from the likes of you. And that's why a lot of them just stay stuck, because it's like, I don't want to learn from this person. And they say you have an ego, but they're the ones with the ego problem, because you tried to help some of these people. You had to leave them alone and just leave them where they were at. Because people don't piece a lot. Not everybody is going to want to learn from you. They learn it from somebody else. They want to hear it from this one, from that one, from them, her, him, they, Bob, Bill. But they don't want to hear it from you though. And you're the one with all the answers. So it is what it is. You just have to go about your life in a positive way and just keep living your life, and not allowing how people are trying to make you feel change you. That's the moral of the story, folks. People don't have the power to try to make you feel how they want you to. And if they think they have that power, you got to take it back from them and let them know that they don't. And when they try to manipulate you, you got to ignore them and be defiant to them, and don't do what they want you to do. Ignore them. Do the opposite. Tell them no. And if not, just don't say anything. But you just like, yo, I'm not doing that. Stand up for yourself. Speak up for yourself. And if you have to, don't say nothing. But by any means necessary, be defiant, right? Because that's how you take your power back, and you don't let them control you. You be defiant. All they're trying to do is make you do what they want you to do. So it is what it is. People are going to have things that they say about you to try to make you feel a certain way, to try to make you feel a certain way. So it is what it is. That's how they feel. You just have to be intuitive enough to separate their energy from yours. Let them keep that. You go on and live your life, going about your day. And that's how you don't allow people to affect you and steal your energy and drain you. When you're trying to focus on something that you can't change, that drains you. That drains you. When you can't tell when you can't tell the difference between other people's energy and your own, you absorb it, because you don't leave theirs where it's at. You take it in by focusing on it and like you're channeling it in a sense. So don't do any of that. Separate it. That's how they feel. That's not how I feel. I feel good about myself. This is just somebody trying to make me feel the opposite, and I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to rebuke it, and I'm going to send it back. I'm going to return it to sender. All right? With fiery embers. I'll see you all in the next video. It's been another DruTube special. Shout out to the chosen vessels. Everybody hit that like button, hit that share button. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, for more powerful videos like this one. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.